Hey guys, I am really excited to present to you this first iteration for your remodeled homes floor plans. So we're going to start by just looking at the site plan and it's kind of messy, because there's a lot going on the site, but really all these existing trees and all of this information about the roadway, this is just for information only. If we zoom in on this site plan, we can see three different line types that present or jump out really quickly. The orange lines are demolished lines, these thick lines are new walls, and these lighter lines are existing walls. So here's an area where we've got new walls, demo walls, and existing walls. But really, the site plan's not for looking and understanding the floor plan. The site plan is more just for understanding the scope of work and the overall uh, the way that the house relates to the site. And for a remodel, nothing's really changing here, but we are adding some square footage here and some square footage over here, but the floor plan will zoom in on that. But the site plan does break down the list of square footages that we start with, what we're adding, and what we wind up with. And we wind up with just a hair under 4,500 square feet of living area and 750 square feet of garage area for total square footage of about 5,200 square feet. Well under the 6,000 maximum that Palo Alto will allow. But honestly, I don't know if we really need to add more square footage based on the program you're asking for. So let's go ahead and look now at the zoomed in plans. And what we're going to start off with are these existing plans. And they're pretty simple. I think these explain themselves given that you're living in the house now. But again, the orange lines here are existing walls that I would propose to be removing. And then I am showing an indication lightly about where we're looking to add square footage, just so you can sort of understand how this new layout relates to the existing layout. Now, one thing to note on this plan is that I'm trying my best not to touch these meters. We've got a gas meter, an electrical meter right here. I say let's leave those as is. No need to touch them, no need to move them, no need to spend money there. So it's nice to see these existing elements to be as is, but the utilities that are here, as well as the electrical panels that are in this wall dividing the garage from your current office, those will be relocated. No big deal, but that's nothing compared to relocating the meters and having to get involved with the utility companies. And then upstairs, there's really not much being shown here other than I am showing these demolished pony walls that go around the stairs, and I'm demolishing a little wall leading in between the bathroom area. And then I'm proposing to demolish this wall here to open up to a new second story addition, and then a new balcony. It's not going to be much different, but I'm going to propose a little bit wider and a little bit deeper, so new balcony. All right, now for the really exciting stuff, let's go to the next page and see the new floor plans overlaid on these. Ooh la la, check that out. So let's go ahead and zoom in on the ground floor here. And it looks like I've got the entire ground floor in my view, which is nice. So we'll start off with the entry. I'm going to work in 3D to come up with a better porch design, but I do think that this is a nice spot for the entry to stay. But I would propose a new opening, maybe something as fancy as an ultra wide pivot door into the foyer and into the new stairs that go up. So we're going to relocate the stairs from here to this dining room area. And these stairs lead up, they're very wide and open, and I think this could be something very exciting to see through a lot of big glass windows. So this is meant to be really part of the exciting entry experience, more so than just seeing the small dining room. So though the porch right now is just focused on this alcove, I would actually consider the whole entry now to be an extension of this area with the stairs as vertical circulation included. So I'm really excited about the potential here. And as your guests are approaching this new exciting front entry, they're going to be walking past the new glassed-in rec room or games room. I've opted to put the rec room up front here. I was debating about whether or not the rec room should have should occupy this back corner and be part of what could, be right next to the pool. But I thought, let's have this be up front and be something exciting. And even if no one's playing the game, it'd be kind of cool to walk past this big flex space. showing off all the space rather than having just a guest room up here. I like the guest room being back here with the views to the pool. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom in again here. And from the entry, we would go through a new cased opening into the great room area. So we've got the dining in the family room with a lot of glass looking out to the back, looking out to the pool, and then a lot of glass here as well, connecting to the courtyard deck. Although I could see this being mostly fixed glass because the access to this new courtyard deck is just around the corner. So perhaps this is more windows and walls than it is doors, but we'll see. This can certainly be very, very glassy. So the dining and family room feel nicely sized. It's maybe a bit cozy having the dining room right here, but I think per our discussions, you didn't want a formal dining space, so I'm kind of happy seeing this nice big great room. And from the kitchen too, when you're working on the island prepping kitchen or helping kids with homework at this large island, you're not completely cut off from the TV happening here. But the kitchen kind of occupies the same space it's in now in the home. But what's really nice about this new kitchen is we're going to scrape away that strange lowered ceiling element. We're going to not have any cabinets blocking our line of sight above the island. And we're going to extend the kitchen all the way down so that when we're at the sink here, we'll have a view out to the front and a view to this, again, what I expect to be a very glassy, very sculptural stair. So it'd be nice to be here at this window, having a nice view of your pretty nice entry area. And we've got a cooktop and a hood against this wall, big, big island. And then if we zoom in here, we can see that we've also got a dishwasher and a trash pullout by the sink. A lot of counter space here. I could see maybe this corner of the kitchen being a little bit of like a home command center where a family calendar and a family computer live, and a nice little command center right there. So a little chair, pull-out chair right there. And then we've got ourselves a nice little bit of tall cabinets here that would have an oven, a refrigerator, and maybe an appliance garage right here. And then right adjacent to that, a nice little step-in pantry. So I think this is a pretty powerhouse kitchen, but through the kitchen, we have access to get into the rec room directly. I think this is a nice thing to have. I can imagine being in the rec room and wanting to quickly get access to snacks and things. So this isn't quite very formal of a connection. It's not like a butler's pantry, for example, but I think this is nice and direct. And this door could easily be closed off and walled in, and we can just extend the countertop if you feel like you want a bigger kitchen. But I do think this is a pretty decently sized kitchen. And I like being able to walk through here, but if you or a future buyer wanted to close this off and have this be more like a bedroom space, we do have a hallway leading past a very deep closet, or a very long closet, past a long closet. So this hallway is maybe a bit more of the formal way to get into this room. But there's plenty of storage for rec room materials, and plenty of room for seating, and room for a bit of counter space and more cabinets. So a lot of room to store all the equipment that might be used in a rec room. And then, I'm not exactly thrilled with how this electrical meter is making a little cabinet here, but I think it wouldn't be too big of a deal at all just to have this little notch in what was the utility closet. We'll just put some shelves in here, have it be a little niche. No big deal. Okay, so as we continue past this hallway or this pantry, we can come around and we're going to be into a skylit vestibule. The second floor above doesn't come past this line, so there's a roof above here for us to do a large skylight shaft to bring in light into this vestibule, which is really nice because this skylit area will brighten up this access to the mudroom as well as access into the 3-car garage. The 3-car garage is pretty big. I've even got space all along one edge for dedicated storage and workshop. There's a door out here to get onto a side deck, which also connects quickly to the mudroom. So maybe this is a bit redundant, being able to circulate around this mudroom, but I think this is nice. And I've moved the utilities from this rec room corner to this part of the garage, and we'll protect these with bollards, steel bollards in the ground, so no one learning to drive in the future will accidentally smash your water heater. And then this is interesting. So from the garage, we come into this vestibule, which does connect to the family room and dining room, but it does give quick access to a dedicated storage room. And then this area here, which is, let me double check. It's this bathroom, and there's this area that we're doing a new addition. So I'm doing a new addition here, but then we've got this weird little sink and storage closet, and then this wonky bathroom that's sinking in floor level. So that's got to get repaired. But I don't want it to stay a bathroom, right? I think there's a better way to use this space. And what I'm proposing to do is to build in a mudroom here. And this mudroom, I'm showing a washer and dryer. I think it would be smart of you to include a washer dryer hookup down here in this mudroom, even though I've got ample space for the washer and dryer in the laundry room upstairs. Others might want to see a washer dryer downstairs. So let's leave the hookup. And even if you don't have the hookup here, this is a great mudroom, a great access to the side deck through this door here, door to the inside. But then we've got full length of countertop with a sink, upper cabinets above. So this is a lot of storage. And then on the opposite side, so this is a double loaded corridor, this would be shallow but tall, full height storage here. So there's a lot of storage happening here. But then we've got this, what was the sink area leading into that storage area. I say this is the storage area, but let's extend the storage area, build a new one here. But then this area here, I'd like to connect it via here. I'll clean this up before I send you the PDF. This wall should be gone. And now I'm basically making a big mudroom / crafts room. So this could be sort of a little alcove here with lower cabinets and upper cabinets, space enough to sit a desk and do crafts or present wrapping station or I don't know what, but there's a lot of potential for this area here to be filled up with storage and useful space. And then going around this corner, this hallway is the existing hallway, but I'm opting to make these 2 bedrooms into one larger guest room with a large bathroom that both serves the guest room and directly to the exterior for use by anyone in the pool. And then they've got a nice long closet here. And then through this area, which is the current bathroom, I say let's level the floor and turn this into a very nice bright office space with a huge amount of walk-in closet for any sort of office equipment you might need or office supplies. But then this office space will have doors to the deck, a nice window, and a window here maybe to this deck as well. So this is a very bright, awesome space. I'd love for this to be my office space. Of course, if you must have something nice, if you're really just concerned about what the camera might see of your face when you are in a meeting, you could of course put your desk over on this side instead, and when the camera faces out at you, it's going to see the back end here, which might be a nice place to have some furniture. Maybe this would be an L-shaped couch right here. Actually, I think that's what I'll show you in the PDF that I'll send. Okay, now let's go ahead and go back to this new staircase of ours. We'll go upstairs to the new or remodeled second floor. I'm really happy about this. So what we do is we come up this way around this wide open stair, lots of glass along here. We come up to the top of the stairs and we're in an open loft area that's got a desk set up along the railing here for your kids to do their homework at, a couple places to sit, and then a lot of glass and doors out onto this expanded balcony. We also take a wide vestibule area past the balcony to get to your door. And this is the existing loft area, but I'm closing in the stairs, turning it into a bedroom, giving you a nice wide bathroom here where your existing bathroom was, but we'll build this as a proper shower rather than that sunken tub area. Nice big custom grand size shower, ultra wide vanity, toilet area behind a pony wall. I don't think we need this to be a private area with another door, but we can do that if you want. And then a huge walk-in closet. But what I'm really excited about, and what we spoke about when we were meeting on site, was the idea of adding skylights into the existing vaulted ceiling of your existing living room. And this is already this glass wall. I wouldn't want to keep it fully as glass, although that's certainly exciting. We could at least raise up a bit of a pony wall. So have a short wall that's solid drywall, so you can put some furniture up against that wall, and then glass above that with curtains, sheer curtains, so that you can close it off for if you ever want privacy or a little more darkness. But when these curtains are pulled over and bunched up over against this corner here, you'd see through this glass and through these long skylights into that long view, past your pool, past your, or not your pool, but that little flat grassy plateau into the bay. So I love this being your new bed wall. I'm really excited about putting the bedroom here. I hope you're excited about it too, because I think this could be super unique and not necessarily something I would have thought of if you hadn't already put the glass here. So I'm eager to hear your thoughts on that. Very, very excited about it. Nice little master bedroom suite up here for you with a window into this balcony, step out, doors to the balcony, lots of space here. Loft extends past here into this new addition, and this addition's pretty simple. We've got 2 equal-sized bedrooms with corner window opportunities, nice long closets, a nice skylit vestibule so no one's walking into a dark space, and then we've got ourselves a laundry and a bathroom for the 2 bedrooms here to share. There's a shared sink area and a pocket door that leads to the tub and toilet, and then carved into the laundry room, I've got a little linen cabinet right here for the bathroom. And then the laundry room's a powerhouse laundry room. We've got a sink, washer dryer, some tall cabinets here, countertops all around, and then upper cabinets along here. So I think the second story is really making sense and really dialed in. The one thing I'm not quite sure about what to do on the ground floor is what to do with this corner of the home. Now that this isn't the staircase, I wonder what we should do there. I like the idea of it being an open play area. There's a big window here, so I like just a natural lit open reading nook maybe for your kids to share, because there's this bathroom here, a powder room here, I think a coat closet along here, or maybe some more windows. I was originally thinking this might be your office space, because that puts you right up front to visit guests, and the view isn't too bad, but you're right next to the powder room, and it's not as private of an office space for you as it will be over here. But I'm curious to know what you think we might do with this space now. But other than that, I'm really, really happy with this design. I'm eager to hear your feedback on it. And then when we're done with iterating on the floor plan, we'll get going on the 3D modeling, which is going to be really, really exciting for this remodel. This back and forth, being able to flip back and forth like this is really helpful to understand how the new plan relates to the old. Really looking forward to your feedback, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.